was already weak, and now, what little strength I had left began to give way. I felt like my feet were refusing to carry me any further. I fell, and as I struggled to get up from the cold, wet ground, I noticed in the distance a hill, shrouded by a gray mist, and I felt a strange sensation. Instantly, that hill became a symbol of life. I knew that if I could reach that hill, I would survive. But if I failed to reach it, the typhus would triumph. So I started walking. And when I couldn't walk, I crawled until I reached it. Then I began to climb on my hands and knees. After many long hours, I finally reached the top. Tears started to run down my cheeks, the first tears I had shed since entering the camp 4 years ago. And I heard myself calling for my father. "Please, Papa, come help me. I know you two are in this camp too. Please, save me, for I cannot go on any longer." And I felt a warm hand on the top of my head. It was my father, blessing me just like he used to every Friday night of the Sabbath.
Yezimek, Elohim, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah.
May God make you a symbol of blessing, as he did Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. When he was through, I began to cry even more. I told my father I did not have the strength to live any longer. My father listened to me. He caressed my head, and he said,
"Don't worry, my child. You will manage to survive for a few days, for liberation is very close."
This was on Wednesday. On Sunday, the camp was liberated.
It took a long time, but eventually Anna recovered from her typhus and returned to Bergen-Belsen to look for her father.
Back at the camp, I learned that the hill I climbed was a mass grave, and that among the thousands of Jews buried there was my father. He had died months before the night I crawled up there. I had been crying for my father's grave.
Yezimek, Elohim, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. If one thing is true of the Holocaust,
It is the spirit of a people to live, to survive.
And to celebrate their faith in God.
in God.
In God.
No matter what horrors they had to endure.
Reminiscent tales of the Holocaust.